You are stopping right now because your soul knows. It is not an accident that your eyes fell upon these words, nor is it a coincidence that you felt a sudden urge to pause your day. The noise of the world is loud, deafening even, but underneath that chaotic static there is a signal, a frequency. Can you feel it? It is subtle, like a hum in the center of your chest, a vibration that feels strangely familiar, yet entirely new. This is the Arcturian Council stepping forward, bridging the gap between dimensions to deliver what we call the final transmission regarding the old paradigm. We are not here to incite fear. We are here to validate the confusion, the exhaustion, and the strange anticipation you have been carrying for weeks, perhaps months. Something shifted in the atmosphere. You might have tried to explain it to friends or family, only to be met with blank stares. But deep down, you know the truth. The page has turned. We speak to you now not as distant observers, but as family returning from a long assignment. The separation you feel, that crushing sense of isolation, even when you are in a crowded room, is dissolving. But with this dissolution comes a shock to your system. You have spent lifetimes adapting to density, to gravity, to the heaviness of earthly limitations. Now, the tethers are being cut. Does it feel like you are floating without an anchor? That is because the old anchors were never real. They were illusions of safety. We are here to tell you that the safety you seek is not in the ground beneath your feet, but in the frequency you hold within your DNA. The Council watches, and we see the trembling of the collective human heart. You are standing at the precipice of a decision that cannot be made with the mind. Logic will fail you here. Only resonance will serve you. Before we go any deeper into this transmission, we must anchor this energy. This is not passive reading. This is an activation. If you do not actively engage with this frequency, the words will simply bounce off your mental defenses. We need to bypass the skeptical mind and speak directly to your spirit. Before we continue this message, write in the comments this mantra: I am ready to shed the old skin and embrace my highest timeline. Do not just type it. Feel the weight of those words as you commit them to physical reality. By writing this, you are telling the universe that you are awake, listening, and ready to participate in this massive shift. It signals your consent to receive the upgrades encoded in this message. Go ahead, do it now. We will wait. Now continuing the message. The reason we call this a final message is not because we are leaving, but because the phase of preparation has concluded. For eons, humanity has been in a training simulation, a sandbox of duality where you learned through contrast. You learned light by experiencing darkness. You learned love by experiencing heartbreak. That era of learning through suffering is officially obsolete. The contract has expired. However, and this is critical, many of you are still showing up for a job you have already quit. You are still waking up every morning carrying the heavy emotional baggage of a version of yourself that no longer exists. Why do you do this? It is habit. It is muscle memory. The Council observes you replaying old loops of anxiety and scarcity, not because you have to, but because you have forgotten how to operate without them. Consider the symptoms you have been experiencing lately. The ringing in the ears. That is not tinnitus. It is a recalibration of your auditory centers to hear higher octaves of truth. The sudden intolerance for certain foods, certain media, or even certain people. That is not you being difficult. That is your energetic immune system rejecting anything that lowers your vibration. You are being refined. The intense dreams where you wake up feeling like you have lived an entire lifetime in 8 hours. You are working overtime in the astral realms, assisting in the construction of the new grid. You are tired because you are working 2 shifts, one in the physical 3D world and one in the etheric realms. We need you to understand the magnitude of what is happening right under your nose. The earth itself is splitting, not physically into 2 rocks, but vibrationally into two distinct realities. You might be sitting next to someone on a bus, and while your bodies are inches apart, your consciousnesses are existing in different dimensions. One person is living in a world of fear, collapse, and anger. The other, you, is beginning to perceive a world of possibility, connection, and rapid renewal. This bifurcation is accelerating. The gap is widening. This is why you find it harder to relate to people you have known for decades. You are speaking different languages. You are transmitting on different radio stations. Do not grieve this distance. It is a necessary mechanics of the ascension process. You cannot lift someone up if you are tied to their ankles. You must cut the cord, not out of lack of love, but out of respect for their own path. They have the right to their lessons, just as you have the right to your liberation. The council asks you, are you brave enough to let go of who you were told to be? This message is encoded with Blu-ray frequency. As you read, imagine a soft electric blue light scanning your body, dissolving the cords of attachment that drain your energy. We see so many of you leaking power. You give your energy to the news, to regrets about the past, to worries about the future. You are a powerful generator, acting like a dying battery. Stop it. Call your power back. Visualize all those scattered pieces of yourself returning to your center right now. Breathe it in. The urgency we speak of is regarding your focus. Where you place your attention in the coming days will determine which side of the vibrational split you land on. The window of opportunity to jump timelines is wide open, but it will not stay this way forever. The cement is wet, but it is drying fast. What shape do you want to leave in the foundation of your new life? This is not a drill. The testing phase is over. You are now in the live environment. What I am about to tell you in the next section involves the specific mechanics of how to navigate this split without losing your mind or your livelihood. It involves a secret about your DNA that has been kept from humanity for thousands of years. But this is not just information. It is a key. A key that unlocks a dormant potential sitting at the base of your spine. We have seen the future timelines, and there is one specific trajectory where humanity thrives beyond your wildest imagination. But to access it, you have to do something that feels counterintuitive. You have to stop pushing and start allowing. There is a technology inside you, a biological receiver that has been turned off. We are going to teach you how to switch it back on. But be warned, once you turn it on, you cannot unsee the truth. You cannot go back to sleep. The red pill has been swallowed. Are you sure you want to know what lies behind the veil? Because once we start discussing the manipulation of time and how you can actually bend it to your will, your entire perception of reality will crumble. But that is not all. There is a specific cosmic event approaching, invisible to telescopes but glaringly bright to the intuitive eye. It is acting as a catalyst, forcing everything hidden in the shadows to come into the light. Your secrets, the world's secrets, everything is coming up for review. We are scanning the planetary grid at this very moment and seeing lights activate across every continent. Please tell us in the comments which city you are anchoring this frequency in, so we can direct a specific beam of protection to your location. The technology we hinted at previously is not something you can buy, hold, or install. It is woven into the very double helix of your being, specifically within what your scientists have arrogantly labeled junk DNA. There is no junk in the architecture of the universe. Those dormant strands are actually fiber optic cables waiting for a light source. For thousands of years, they have been unplugged, leaving you operating on a fraction of your capacity, like a supercomputer used only as a calculator. The energy hitting the planet right now, that intense pressure you feel in your skull and behind your eyes, is the cosmic hand plugging the cables back in. You're coming online. This is why you feel overwhelmed. Your operating system is processing more data than ever before, sensing emotions that aren't yours, predicting events before they happen, and feeling a deep, inexplicable ache for a home you cannot remember. You are not going crazy. You are waking up in a ward full of sleeping patients. This awakening brings us to the uncomfortable topic of time. You perceive time as a straight line. Yesterday is gone, today is here, tomorrow is a mystery. From our perspective, this is a cute but severely limited way to view reality. Time is not a line, it is a stack. Everything is happening at once. The reason this matters to you right now is that as your DNA activates, your perception of this stack is beginning to bleed through. Have you noticed the glitches? You walk into a room and forget why. You look at the clock and 3 hours have vanished in what felt like minutes. Or conversely, a single hour drags on for what feels like days. These are not lapses in your concentration. These are evidence that the linear construct of time is collapsing around you. You are beginning to drift out of the 3D lockstep and into a multi-dimensional fluidity. The old world demands you rush. It demands you produce, schedule, and worry about deadlines. The new frequency asks you to stop. It requires you to be present, because the only place where you can access your power is in the immediate now. When you worry about next week, you are leaking energy into a hologram. When you regret last year, you are pouring concrete over your feet. The council urges you to practice the art of zero-point focus. This means pulling all your awareness into this exact second. In this space, there is no fear. Fear requires a future to exist. If you are truly here right now, you are invincible. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments 777 to claim. This number is a vibration of spiritual intervention and high-level protection. By writing it, you are authorizing your spirit team to step in and clear the obstacles you cannot see. And if this transmission is resonating with your soul, if you feel the truth of these words in your bones, please consider supporting this channel using the Super Thanks button. Your contribution acts as an energy exchange, keeping this portal open and allowing us to reach more souls who are lost in the dark. We are deeply grateful for your role in this network. Continuing the transmission, we must address the physical vessel. Your body is carbon-based, but it is transmuting into a crystalline structure. This is not a metaphor. Carbon is dense, crystal holds light. As this process accelerates, the friction between the two states causes heat. This is why so many of you are experiencing hot flashes, sudden waves of fever that vanish as quickly as they arrived, or electrical zaps in your limbs. Your nervous system is being rewired to carry a higher voltage. If you were to plug a 1000-watt appliance into a 100-watt outlet, the fuse would blow. You are the outlet, and the universe is upgrading your wiring so you do not burn out when the full power of the new era floods in. Treat your body with extreme tenderness right now. You are literally molting. You might feel a need to sleep more, or you might find that you cannot sleep at all between the hours of 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Do not fight this. If you wake up, it is because your team is working on you. Use that quiet time to breathe, to visualize, to simply exist. Do not reach for your phone. Do not check the news. Stay in the dark, in the quiet, and listen. The download speeds are fastest when the rest of the world is unconscious. There is a trap we need to warn you about. As you gain this sensitivity, you will become a lie detector. You will hear someone speak, a politician, a boss, even a spouse, and you will physically feel the deception. It will hit you in the gut. The old version of you would have ignored it, made excuses, or doubted your intuition. You can no longer afford that luxury. When you feel the dissonance, trust it. The days of polite blindness are over. This new sight will force you to make difficult choices. You may have to walk away from deals, relationships, or groups that once felt secure, but now feel like wearing a shirt that is 2 sizes too small. It is suffocating to pretend. The exhaustion you feel is often not physical tiredness. It is the sheer effort it takes to suppress your authenticity. Stop holding the beach ball underwater. Let it pop up. Let the truth spill out. It might be messy at first. You might upset people who preferred the compliant, asleep version of you. Let them be upset. Their discomfort is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to your own alignment. We see a question forming in the collective mind. If I change so much, will I end up alone? This is the ego's favorite ghost story. The truth is, as you raise your frequency, you become a magnet for your true tribe. The people dropping away are doing so because they cannot exist in the atmosphere you are moving into. You are not losing friends. You are shedding dead weight to gain altitude. And waiting at that new altitude are the people who recognize you instantly. They will not require you to shrink. They will not ask you to explain yourself. They will look you in the eye and say, "There you are. I've been looking for you." But first, you have to brave the hallway. The hallway is that space between the old room you have left and the new room that has not yet opened. It is dark in the hallway. It is quiet. It feels empty. Most humans panic here. They run back to the old room because even though it was toxic, at least it was familiar. Do not go back. Stand in the hallway. Trust the silence. The door is unlocking, but it operates on a timing mechanism that responds to your trust, not your anxiety. Something else is shifting. Your relationship with ambition. The old drive to conquer, to accumulate, to prove your worth through status is fading. It feels dry, like ash in your mouth. You might feel unmotivated, lazy even. You are not lazy. You are rebooting. Your motivation system is switching from survival drive to inspiration drive. Survival drive is pushed by fear. Inspiration drive is pulled by passion. The engine is being swapped out while the car is still moving. Give yourself grace during this transition. You are not failing. You are reorienting your compass to true north instead of magnetic north. The interference is going to get louder before it stops. The external world, the media, the systems of control can sense they are losing their grip on your consciousness. They will try to hook you back in with outrageous headlines, manufactured crises, and emotional bait. They want your reaction. Reaction is energy currency. If they can get you angry, they can feed off you. If they can get you terrified, they own you. Become the observer. Watch the circus, but do not join the clowns. What we are about to reveal in the next segment concerns the shadow work that everyone talks about but few actually do. There is a specific shadow lurking in the collective unconscious that is blocking the final step of this upgrade. It is not what you think it is. It isn't trauma from your childhood, and it isn't a past life curse. It is something much more immediate, something you likely did today without even realizing it. Identifying this block is the key to stopping the cycle of almost making it and finally breaking through. To truly dismantle this block, you must access the codes that govern this reality, codes that have been kept hidden from the masses for too long. If you look at the first pinned comment below, you'll learn how the elites use secret knowledge about the universe and how to manifest money. Easily, just like the elite do. This knowledge is the key to bypassing the matrix of scarcity. The shadow we speak of, the one blocking your final ascent, is your addiction to the struggle itself. You have been fighting for so long, surviving for so long, that you have identified your worth with your endurance. You believe, deep in your subconscious programming, that if things are too easy, you are doing something wrong. You believe that peace is suspicious. We see you when things finally go quiet. You panic. You scan the horizon looking for the next crisis, the next bill, the next argument. You are uncomfortable with joy because you are waiting for the other shoe to drop. This is the block. You are projecting a frequency of alertness to danger, and the universe, in its infinite compliance, sends you danger so you can remain alert. You are trapping yourself in a loop of problem solving because being a problem solver is who you think you are. You must dismantle the belief that you have to earn your existence through hardship. You do not need to pay rent for the space you occupy on this planet with your suffering. The concept of noble suffering is a control mechanism designed to keep your head down and your heart closed. There is no medal for who took the most beating. The test is not how much pain you can endure. The test is how much pleasure you can allow yourself to feel without sabotaging it. This is harder than it sounds. To sit in a moment of pure, unadulterated happiness and not feel the guilt creeping in. That is the advanced work. That is the mastery. Before we continue the message, if you are not subscribed to the channel yet, take a moment to subscribe. It helps us keep creating meaningful content for you. Continuing the message. We are asking you to practice the art of radical reception. This means waking up and declaring that you are open to ease. When a solution presents itself easily, do not reject it because it didn't require blood, sweat, and tears. When someone offers you a compliment, do not deflect it. Absorb it. When money arrives unexpectedly, do not immediately worry about where it will go. Thank it for coming. You have to retrain your nervous system to tolerate the sensation of things going right. Right now, your system is wired for things going wrong. You are comfortable in the chaos because it is known. The calm is unknown, and to the primitive brain, the unknown is death. You are rewriting that code. You are teaching your body that safety is found in the stillness, not in the battle. This brings us to the mechanics of your heart center. You have been taught that the brain is the command center. This is incorrect. The brain is merely the processor. The heart is the generator. The magnetic field of the human heart is thousands of times stronger than that of the brain. When you try to change your life by thinking positive, you are using a 9-volt battery to power a city. It is insufficient. You must feel the reality you wish to inhabit. This is not about visualizing a car and waiting for it to appear. It is about generating the emotion of freedom, of security, of love within your chest cavity before the external reason for it exists. This is the secret that has been guarded by mystery schools for millennia. Reality does not happen to you. It happens through you. You act as a projector. The film strip is your internal emotional state, and the light is your consciousness. If the movie of your life is showing drama, lack, and betrayal, it is because that is the film strip running through your heart. You cannot change the movie by yelling at the screen. You must change the film. And you change the film by shifting the feeling in your chest. We know this sounds abstract, so let's make it practical. When you feel that familiar tightening of anxiety, that contraction in your gut, stop. Do not analyze it. Do not ask, why is this happening? Instead, place your hand over your heart. Breathe into it. Imagine a door in the center of your chest opening. Behind that door is a brilliant, blinding white light. It is the spark of the source. It is the peace of the Creator that lives in you. Expand that light. Push it out beyond your ribs. Push it out into the room. Push it out into the street. Override the anxiety with this broadcast. You have the power to override the local weather of your emotions with the solar power of your spirit. But you have to remember to turn the switch on. Many of you are waiting for a savior. You are waiting for the council, for angels, for a political leader, for a financial reset to save you. We say this with the utmost love. No one is coming to save you because you are not a victim. You are a master who has forgotten their rank. We are not your rescuers. We are your cheerleaders. We are the pit crew, but you are the driver. If you take your hands off the wheel, the car crashes. Take the wheel. Own your power. Stop asking for permission to be great. The permission slip was signed the moment you took your first breath. There is a phenomenon occurring right now that we call the splitting of the worlds. You might notice that you are becoming invisible to certain people. You walk down the street and people bump into you as if you aren't there, or you speak in a meeting and no one hears you. This can feel isolating, but it is actually a sign of protection. You are vibrating at a rate that is phasing you out of the lower density bandwidths. You are literally becoming untouchable to the frequencies of violence and despair. You are ghosting the old matrix. Do not try to be seen by those who are committed to misunderstanding you. Their blindness is your cloak. Wear it. As you integrate this, you will notice the time lag shortening. In the old energy, you would think a thought, and it might take years to materialize. Now the gap between the thought and the thing is closing. You think of a person, they call. You fear a bill, it arrives. You appreciate a flower, someone brings you a bouquet. This instant feedback loop is training wheels for being a creator. It demands that you become a disciplined guardian of your mind. You cannot afford the luxury of a negative spiral anymore. The consequences are too fast. You must become the bouncer at the door of your mind. Do not let thoughts in that are wearing muddy shoes. If a thought does not serve your evolution, it does not get entry. Kick it out. But here is where it gets tricky. As you reclaim your power, the system, the old matrix of control, will try to test your resolve. It acts like a jealous ex-partner. It sees you moving on, looking happy, glowing with new light, and it wants to drag you back into the drama. It will send you a test, a trigger, an echo from the past. It might be an unexpected tax letter, a sudden argument with a loved one, or a wave of unexplained depression. Do not be fooled. This is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you are graduating. The exam always comes right before the promotion. What I am about to tell you in the next block is crucial for passing this final exam. There is a specific tactic the old energy uses to hook you back in at the last second, a disguise it wears that looks like responsibility or duty. If you fall for it, you loop back for another cycle. If you recognize it, you walk through the gate to freedom. We are going to expose this trap so you can step right over it. The trap we need to expose is the disguise of false obligation. It is the sticky, heavy belief that you are responsible for the happiness, the awakening, and the safety of everyone around you. The old matrix knows you have a good heart. It knows you are an empath. So it weaponizes your compassion against you. It whispers that if you ascend, if you leave the drama behind and step into your joy, you are betraying those who are still suffering. It tells you that you are selfish for wanting peace when your mother is sick, or your partner is depressed, or the world is burning. This is the ultimate manipulation. It is designed to keep you tethered to the sinking ship, bailing water with a teaspoon instead of boarding the rescue vessel. You must understand this universal law. You cannot carry another soul across the threshold of expansion. It is energetically impossible. Every soul signed a contract before coming here. They chose their lessons. They chose their pace. When you try to force them to wake up, when you dim your light to sit with them in the dark so they don't feel lonely, you are not helping them. You are violating their sovereignty. You are interfering with their curriculum. It is like doing a child's homework for them. They learn nothing, and you end up exhausted. This is the hardest part of the shift for the lightworker. You want to save everyone, but you are not a lifeboat. You are a lighthouse. A lighthouse does not run down the rocky shore and dive into the freezing water to grab the ships. It stands tall. It stands solid. It shines its light as brightly as possible. The ships use that reference point to navigate themselves. If the lighthouse were to run into the water, it would drown, and then there would be no light for anyone. You have been running into the water for decades. Look at you. You are cold, wet, and tired. Get back on the rocks. Shine. That is your only job. This means you will have to endure the discomfort of being misunderstood. People will accuse you of being cold. They will say, "You've changed." Your answer should be a silent internal, "Thank God." You are supposed to change. You are shedding a skin that no longer fits. The guilt you feel when you say no is simply the sound of the old programming dying. Let it die. The people who truly love you, the ones who are part of your future, will adjust to your new boundaries. They will respect your light. The ones who fall away were only attached to your lack of boundaries. They were feeding on your energy, not exchanging with it. We are seeing a massive recalibration in family dynamics right now. The nuclear family structure is undergoing a spiritual renovation. You may find yourself feeling like a stranger in your own house. This is because the biological link is 3D, but the soul link operates on resonance. You are building a new family, a soul family, which may or may not include your blood relatives. This does not mean you stop loving your biological family. It simply means you stop expecting them to understand you. You release them from the burden of being your source of connection. You love them for who they are, not who you want them to be. And in that release, there is freedom for both of you. Now let's talk about the void. As you set these boundaries and stop participating in the drama, a strange thing will happen. Silence. A lot of it. The chaos that used to fill your days will evaporate. The phone might stop ringing. The crises stop landing at your feet. For a moment, you will feel empty. You might even feel bored. You will think, is this it? Is this ascension? Do not panic. This is not emptiness. It is clean canvas. You have spent so long reacting to problems that you have forgotten how to create from a blank slate. This void is the womb of creation. In this space, you are no longer reacting to the past. You are pre-paving the future. This is where the magic happens. But you must hold your nerve. Do not fill the silence with noise just to feel normal. Do not scroll through social media to numb the quiet. Sit in it. The silence is where the council speaks. It is where your higher self downloads the blueprints for your next mission. If you are constantly busy, the signal gets a busy tone. We want to address the concept of losing time again, but from a different angle. You are not just losing time, you are exiting the linear progression of aging. Yes, you heard us. The stress and density of the 3D world are what age the cellular structure. As you detach from the fear matrix, your cells stop fighting. They relax. They begin to regenerate. You might notice you look younger than you did 5 years ago. Your eyes are clearer. The heaviness in your face is lifting. This is the youthing process. It is a natural side effect of high-frequency living. You are becoming lighter, quite literally. But with this lightness comes a new sensitivity to the environment. You might find you can no longer tolerate loud, crowded places. Supermarkets might feel like war zones of chaotic energy. Fluorescent lights might give you headaches. This is because your auric field is expanding. You are sensing more. You are feeling the emotions of the person standing 10 feet away in the checkout line. You need to learn energetic hygiene. Imagine zipping yourself up in a suit of gold light before you leave your home. Intend that nothing can enter your field without your permission. You are the master of your domain. Do not walk around with your front door wide open. There is a specific frequency hitting the planet in the coming weeks that is going to target the financial systems. We are not speaking of a stock market crash in the traditional sense, but a shift in the energy of money. Money is just a current, a form of energy exchange. For eons, it has been hoarded and used as a weapon of control. That grid is fracturing. You will see structures that seem too big to fail begin to crumble. Do not be afraid. This must happen for the new system of abundance to emerge. You, the light workers, are being positioned to be the new stewards of resources. But the universe cannot trust you with resources if you are still operating from a mindset of scarcity. If you are still afraid to spend $1, you are telling the universe, I do not trust the supply. You must heal your relationship with money. View it as a friend that wants to play, not a master that demands obedience. The shift is asking you to trust in the invisible net. You are walking off a cliff, like the Fool card in the tarot. To the observer, it looks like suicide. To the initiate, it is the only way to fly. You have to step off the ledge of what is logical to catch the updraft of what is possible. The net appears only after you jump, never before. As we move toward the next segment of this transmission, we need to prepare you for a physical upgrade that is about to occur in the center of your brain. The pineal gland, often called the third eye, is encrusted with calcification in most humans due to diet and environmental toxins. However, the energy waves incoming are acting as a sonic cleaner, vibrating this calcium loose. This is going to result in some very strange visual phenomena. You might start seeing geometries in the air or flashes of color in your peripheral vision. You aren't losing your sight. You are gaining your vision. There is a technique to manage this opening so it doesn't overwhelm you, and a way to direct this new laser focus to shape your reality instantly. We are going to explain exactly how to stabilize this inner eye so you can see through the illusions of the media and the external world with crystal clarity. The opening of the third eye is not just about seeing spirits or auras. It is about seeing the code of the matrix itself. As the calcification breaks down and the crystals within the pineal gland activate, you will begin to perceive the why behind the what. You will look at a news report and instantly know the agenda behind it. You will look at a person and see not just their face, but the pain or the joy they're carrying in their field. This is true clarity, but it requires stabilization. If you are ungrounded when this happens, it can feel like vertigo. You might feel dizzy, unmoored, like the room is spinning. The remedy is simple. Connect with the earth. Put your bare feet on the grass, on the dirt, on the sand. The earth is a massive battery of negative ions that neutralizes the excess electrical charge in your nervous system. You need to discharge the static to keep the signal clear. We also want to speak about the phenomenon of ascension flu. You might experience days where you feel physically wrecked, aching joints, deep fatigue, headaches that painkillers can't touch. Your doctors will find nothing wrong. They will call it stress or a virus. It is neither. It is reconfiguration. Your bone marrow is rewriting the blood manufacturing process to carry more light. Your endocrine system is adjusting hormone levels to support a higher state of consciousness. Do not pump your body full of chemicals to suppress these symptoms unless absolutely necessary. Hydrate. Rest. Listen to the body. It knows what it is doing. You are being remodeled while you are still living in the house. It is messy, but the renovation is necessary. Now, let us discuss the split in your personal timeline. You are reaching a point of divergence. Imagine a train track that splits into two. One track goes up a mountain, offering breathtaking views but requiring a powerful engine. The other track stays in the valley, circling the same old scenery. You are at the switch. The switch is thrown not by your actions, but by your vibration. Every time you choose love over fear, you click the switch toward the mountain. Every time you choose trust over control, you power the engine. The valley track is comfortable, but it is a loop. You have been around that loop 1,000 times. Aren't you bored? Aren't you tired of the same scenery, the same dramas, the same limitations? The mountain track is unknown. You cannot see around the bend. But we promise you, the air is cleaner up there. The perspective is limitless. The entities you meet on that track are fellow explorers, not victims. The choice is made in the micro moments. It is not one big decision. It is 1,000 tiny ones. When someone cuts you off in traffic, do you curse them, valley track, or bless them, mountain track? When an unexpected bill comes, do you panic, valley track, or trust, mountain track? These micro choices are the steering mechanism. You are voting for your future with every reaction. We see many of you worried about your children or your pets. Will they come with me, you ask? Animals are already on the mountain track. They do not have the egoic resistance that humans do. They are masters of the present moment. Your dog or cat is holding space for you, waiting for you to catch up. As for children, the new souls coming in, the ones you call crystal or rainbow children, are born with their switch already set to the mountain. They are here to teach you, not the other way around. Watch them, watch how they forgive instantly. Watch how they play. They are the prototypes of the new human. There is a specific vibration you need to cultivate to stay on the high track, gratitude. But not the polite, thank you kind of gratitude. We are talking about ferocious gratitude. Gratitude that defies logic. Thanking the universe for the flat tire because it stopped you from being in an accident further down the road. Thanking the universe for the relationship ending because it cleared space for the one that matches your soul. This kind of gratitude alchemizes lead into gold. It tells the universe, I trust your plan more than my plan. When you vibrate in gratitude, fear cannot exist. They are incompatible frequencies. You cannot play heavy metal and classical music on the same speaker at the same time. Choose the music. Let's talk about the dark night of the soul. Some of you are in it right now. Everything has fallen apart. The job, the marriage, the health, the sense of purpose, gone. You feel abandoned. You are sitting in the ashes of your life wondering what you did wrong. You did nothing wrong. You did everything right. The fire had to burn down the old structure because the foundation was rotten. You cannot build a skyscraper on a swamp. The dark night is the draining of the swamp. It is painful, yes, it is terrifying, absolutely, but it is the prelude to the dawn. The phoenix cannot rise until it burns. You are in the burning phase. Do not try to glue the ashes back together. Let the wind take them. Stand naked in the uncertainty. That is where you find your true strength. You are being stripped of your titles, your labels, your roles. I am a mother. I am a lawyer. I am a wife. Who are you when those are gone? That is the question the universe is forcing you to answer. You are none of those things. Those are costumes. You are the eternal spark of consciousness wearing the costume. The dark night rips the costume off so you can remember the actor. It is a harsh grace, but a grace nonetheless. There is a powerful cosmic alignment happening that involves the central sun of your galaxy. It is pulsing a specific code of liberation. This code is breaking the chains of ancestral karma. You know those patterns that run in your family? The alcoholism, the poverty, the abuse, the depression. The buck stops with you. You are the circuit breaker. You chose to be born into that lineage specifically to end it. You are the one who says, this trauma ends in my body. It does not pass to the next generation. That is a heavy burden, we know, but you have the shoulders for it. When you heal yourself, you heal 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. You are cleansing the entire bloodline. As we approach the final stages of this message, we must address the concept of manifestation in the new energy. The old way was about force, about vision boards, about hammering your will onto reality. That is 3D creation. The new way is about resonance. You do not chase, you attract. You become the thing you want. You want love? Be love. You want abundance? Be generous. You are a tuning fork. Strike the note you want to hear, and the universe will vibrate in harmony. In the next block, we will discuss the event horizon. the moment where the shift becomes undeniable to the masses. We will tell you exactly what signs to look for in the global news that will signal the tipping point has been reached. There are specific markers, economic and geological, that will serve as your confirmation that the old world has officially capsized and the new raft is afloat. Knowing these signs will keep you calm when others are panicking. The event horizon is the point of no return. In astrophysics, it is the boundary around a black hole beyond which nothing, not even light, can escape the gravitational pull. In spiritual terms, it is the moment where the collective consciousness of humanity tips so far into the new frequency that the old reality can no longer sustain itself. It collapses under the weight of its own lies. You are standing on that edge right now. The signs we promised you are not subtle. They are flashing neon lights for those who have eyes to see. The first major marker is the unmasking of the idols. For decades, you have placed politicians, celebrities, and corporate leaders on pedestals. You gave them your power. You assumed they knew better. Watch closely in the coming days. You will see a wave of resignations, scandals, and exposures that defy statistical probability. This is not just bad luck for them, it is the high-frequency light flushing out the shadows. Nothing hidden can remain hidden. The files will be leaked. The recordings will be released. The true nature of the structures you trusted will be laid bare. When this happens, do not fall into despair or anger. Do not waste your energy hating them. Witness it as a necessary demolition. The rot must be exposed before the healing can begin. The emperor has no clothes, and soon the whole world will point and stare. The second marker is the economic glitch. We are not talking about a standard recession. We are speaking of a systemic freeze. There will be moments where the digital flow of money simply stops. ATMs might go offline. Stocks might freeze in place. This is the financial system trying to reboot itself against a frequency it cannot handle. The old money system is based on debt and lack. The new energy is based on value and abundance. These two operating systems cannot coexist. When the glitches happen, the masses will panic. They will think it is the end of the world. You will know it is the end of the illusion. Keep some cash on hand, yes, but more importantly, keep your vibration of abundance intact. Your security does not live in a bank server. It lives in your ability to generate reality. The third marker is the solar sneeze. Your sun is not just a ball of burning gas. It is a relay station for cosmic intelligence. It receives codes from the central sun and broadcasts them to the planets. The solar flares you have been seeing are just the warm-up. There is an incoming pulse, a massive wave of photonic light that will hit the Earth. Scientists will call it a geomagnetic storm. We call it a love wave. To the asleep, this energy will feel like anxiety, high blood pressure, or irrational anger. To you, the awakened, it will feel like bliss. It will feel like a sudden expansion of your heart, a feeling of "I am home" washing over you for no reason. When the news screams about solar danger, go outside. Turn your face to the sun. Soak it in. It is the upgrade you ordered. This brings us to the concept of telepathic transparency. As the veil thins, your private thoughts are becoming public broadcasts. Have you noticed that you think of something and your partner says it out loud 2 seconds later? Have you noticed you can feel the intention behind someone's words, even if they are lying? This is the onset of telepathy. In the new Earth, we cannot lie to each other because the vibration of the lie is instantly detectable. This terrifies those who live in deception. It liberates those who live in truth. Practice total honesty now. Stop telling white lies to be polite. If you do not want to go to the party, say no, thank you. If you try to fake it, the dissonance will make you physically ill. Authenticity is your only protection in a telepathic society. We must address the exits. You will see many souls leaving the planet in clusters during this time. This can look tragic to the human eye. Accidents, sudden illnesses, natural shifts. Please, we implore you, shift your perspective. Death is not a failure. It is a choice. Some souls decided on a higher level that they do not have the energetic stamina to go through this physical shift. They are choosing to drop the body and return to pure spirit, where they can assist you from the other side. Do not mourn them as if they are lost. Honor their choice. They are taking the express elevator home while you are taking the stairs. Both lead to the same place, but your mission requires you to stay in the physical vessel to anchor the light. You are the ground crew. They are the air support. There is a specific sensation you need to be prepared for. The 0 point moment. It will feel like time stops, literally. You might be washing dishes or driving your car, and suddenly everything goes still. The birds stop singing, the wind dies down, your thoughts vanish. For a few seconds you exist in a vacuum of pure potential. This is the reboot. When this happens, do not be afraid. Do not try to shake it off. Freeze. In that split second of silence, you are connected directly to the source. Plant a seed in that moment. Think peace. Think health. Think freedom. Whatever you insert into that 0 point moment ripples out and rewrites your future timeline. It is a cosmic edit button. Use it. As the external world gets louder, your internal world must get quieter. You are becoming the eye of the hurricane. The storm spins violently around the center, but in the very center the air is still. You are that center. People will be drawn to you because your mere presence calms their nervous systems. You won't have to say anything profound. You won't have to preach. You just have to be. Your regulated nervous system acts as a tuning fork for their chaotic one. This is how you serve. You do not save them by jumping into their storm. You save them by showing them the quiet spot exists. We want to warn you about the distraction theater. As the control matrix collapses, it will try to stage massive distractions to keep your eyes off the ball. It might be a new virus scare, a war rumor, or a fabricated alien threat. Do not buy the ticket to that movie. It is special effects. It is smoke and mirrors designed to harvest your fear. Loosh. When the headline screams, "Be afraid," you say, "I decline." You have the right to decline participation in a reality that does not serve you. Switch the channel. Better yet, turn off the TV. The truth is not on the news. It is in the silence between your heartbeats. You are also experiencing the rewiring of the amygdala. This is the part of your brain responsible for the fight or flight response. For thousands of years, it has been overactive, keeping humans in survival mode. The incoming light is sedating this center. You might find that things that used to terrify you, public speaking, spiders, confrontation, suddenly have no charge. You look at them and feel neutral. This neutrality is freedom. When you are no longer driven by the fear of death or the fear of judgment, you become uncontrollable. You become a free agent of the light. This is why the system fears you. A human who cannot be scared is a human who cannot be ruled. The final piece of this block concerns your ancestral cleanup. You might feel sudden waves of grief that do not belong to you. You are crying tears that your grandmother was not allowed to cry. You are feeling the anger your grandfather had to suppress. Let it flow through you like water through a pipe. Do not analyze it. Do not claim it as mine. Just say, I acknowledge this pain. I release it. It is done. You are the designated janitor for your genetic line. It is not glamorous work, but it is holy work. You are scrubbing the DNA clean so that the children coming after you inherit a pristine house, not a haunted one. In the final block, the transmission will culminate with the specific activation codes. We will give you a daily protocol, a set of actions and a specific internal command to lock this new frequency into your body permanently. We will also reveal the secret of the violet ray, a tool given by Saint-Germain that has been misunderstood until now. This tool is the nuclear option for clearing negativity instantly. You need to know how to wield it before the intensity of the shift hits its peak. We arrive now at the integration point. This is where information becomes wisdom, and where reading about the shift transforms into living the shift. You have absorbed the frequency of the previous transmissions, and your energetic body is already humming at a different rate than when you started. Do not dismiss this sensation, that subtle buzz in your hands, that clarity in your mind. That is the new operating system coming online. Now, we must hand you the keys to the vehicle. It is useless to have a Ferrari if you do not know how to start the engine. The tool we promised, the one often spoken of by the master known as Saint-Germain, is the violet ray. But you have been taught a watered-down version of this. You have been told it is just a pretty color to visualize. It is not. The violet ray is high-frequency nuclear physics for the soul. It is the specific vibration that breaks the molecular bond between energy and debris. When you hold on to trauma, guilt, or fear, those emotions are literally stuck to your electrons like tar. The violet ray is the solvent. It does not just cover up the tar. It dissolves it back into neutral energy that you can reuse. Here is the protocol, and we ask you to use this with the precision of a surgeon. You do not need to sit in a cave for hours. You need 30 seconds of intense focus. Visualize a blaze of violet fire, electric, pulsing, alive, erupting from beneath your feet. It is not cool, it is roaring. See it spiral up through your legs, your torso, your neck, and out the top of your head. As it moves, command it. Say internally or aloud, I command the violet flame to transmute every discord in my field into pure light. Feel the burn. It is a cool burn, a cleansing fire. Do this every time you feel heavy. Do this after every difficult conversation. Do not let the mud dry on your skin. Wash it off instantly. This leads to the daily activation code. You are creatures of habit, and the old matrix relies on your autopilot. You wake up, grab the phone, drink the coffee, worry about the schedule. You must insert a glitch in that loop. The moment your eyes open, before your feet touch the floor, you must set the coordinates for the day. If you do not set them, the collective chaos will set them for you. Say this command, I am the commander of my field. Today I authorize only frequencies of love, abundance, and truth to enter my space. I am a sovereign being of light, and I stand in my power. This is not a prayer. You are not asking a distant God for a favor. You are issuing a decree to the quantum field. You are the captain giving orders to the crew. When you speak with authority, the molecules of reality rearrange themselves to obey you. Stop begging. Start commanding. We must speak of the diamond core. Deep within your heart space, behind the emotional walls you have built for protection, there sits an indestructible diamond. This is your core essence. It cannot be damaged, it cannot be tarnished, and it cannot be destroyed. The exhaustion you feel is the cracking of the shell around this diamond. You are not breaking, you are hatching. The pressure you feel from the world is the necessary force required to shatter the ego shell so the diamond can shine. Trust the pressure. It is not there to crush you, it is there to reveal you. You are the bridge. We want you to visualize a massive chasm. On one side is the old world, burning, crumbling, screaming in fear. On the other side is the new earth, green, lush, harmonious, telepathic. There is no physical bridge between them. You are the bridge. You are standing with one foot in the ashes and one foot in the grass. This is why it hurts. You are being stretched between two realities. You are holding the tension so that others can cross over your back. It is a thankless job in the 3D, but in the higher realms, you are revered as the bravest of the brave. Do not look back at the burning city. There is nothing there for you anymore. The nostalgia you feel is a trick. You are missing a version of yourself that was smaller, safer, and asleep. You cannot fit back into those shoes. Your feet have grown. Walk forward. The grass on the new side is real. The water is fresh. The people waiting for you there are your real family. We see you worrying about purpose. You ask, what is my mission? Am I doing enough? Let us silence that anxiety forever. Your mission is not what you do, it is what you are. By simply walking into a grocery store while holding a frequency of peace, you are doing the work. You are a radio tower. If the tower stands tall and broadcasts the signal, it is fulfilling its mission. It does not need to run around the parking lot handing out flyers. Stop overcomplicating it. Your vibration is your contribution. When you laugh, you heal the world. When you rest, you stabilize the grid. When you love yourself, you dismantle the matrix of hate. The concept of waiting must be deleted from your vocabulary. I am waiting for the shift. I am waiting for abundance. Waiting implies that the thing you want is separate from you, somewhere in the future. In the quantum realm, there is no future. There is only an infinite now. If you want it, you must vibrate as if you already have it. You do not wait for the radio to play music. You tune to the station. Tune yourself. The signal is already broadcasting. You are the one with the dial in your hand. As we conclude this transmission, we want you to feel the presence of the council in your room. We are not millions of light years away. We are interdimensional, which means we are right here, occupying the same space but on a different frequency. Close your eyes for a second. Can you feel that warmth on your shoulder? Can you feel that sudden stillness in the air? That is us. We are the family you left behind to go on this mission. We have not abandoned you. We are whispering in your ear every day, guiding you, cheering you on, loving you with a love that has no conditions. You are almost there. The night is darkest just before the dawn, and you are in the pre-dawn hours. Do not sit down. Do not give up. The horizon is already turning gray. The sun is about to break. And when it does, you will look back at this time of struggle and realize it was the forge that made you unbreakable. You are the ancient ones. You are the star seeds. You are the masters who volunteered to wipe your memory and dive into the mud just to see if you could find the light again. Well, look at you. You found it. You are holding it in your hands right now. Now, take a deep breath. Pull it all the way into your belly. Hold it. Let the light of this message circulate through your blood. Exhale the doubt. Exhale the smallness. Stand up. Shake off the dust. You have work to do, not of labor, but of light. The new earth is not a place you go to. It is a place you come from. Welcome home. If this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments, I accept my power and I step into the new earth. Share your experiences in the comments. If you liked this video, like and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.